Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel Carr. I'm a plant-based chef, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a wonderful fall dish. We're going to be making butternut squash, mushroom, and vegan sausage paella. It's kind of a fall twist on a traditional Spanish dish. Let's get started.
Start by taking 2 cups of oyster mushrooms that have been cleaned and then cutting off the dirty part at the base. Then you're going to separate the oyster mushrooms from one another using both your fingers and your knife if necessary. They will separate pretty easily once you get it started, and I like to leave them in as large a piece of mushroom as possible because they're nice and juicy that way inside the paella. Next, you're going to take 1 red onion, you're going to peel it and mince it. Next, we're going to take 2 vegan sausages and we're going to cut them into bite-sized chunks. I like to do this frozen because I think they're a little bit easier to work with, but again, it also depends on which type of sausage you're using. Here, I'm using Beyond Meat spicy Italian sausage, which I absolutely love. Here I've lightly oiled and preheated a cast iron skillet, and I'm adding the onions and a couple of cloves of garlic. And then I'm going to saute these until the onions are nicely browned and the onions are soft. Next, we're going to be adding the mushrooms, and then we're going to saute those as well with the onions and garlic. Now, you can do this step without oil if you want. I think it would turn out fine. I used a light spray of oil just because I really wanted to make sure to get a nice browning on the mushrooms. But I think that this recipe would actually work perfectly fine without it. Next, I'm going to be adding the paella rice. I'm using Bomba paella rice and some tomato paste. And I'm going to mix that up into the rice and sauteed vegetable mixture until it caramelizes a little bit and the rice becomes toasted. Next, I'm going to be adding 2 cups of vegetable stock and about 2 cups of cubed butternut squash to this mixture. Next, I'm going to be adding in the sliced vegan sausage. I'm just kind of distributing it evenly around the pan. Even though I'm going to be stirring it again, I just want to make sure that it's in there really well. Here I have some of my saffron, some smoked paprika, some salt, some sage, some fresh sage, and I also added a little bit of black pepper. And I'm going to stir everything up together, and I'm going to bring this to a boil. Once it reaches a nice boil, then it's going to go into the oven. Put the simmering paella into a 450-degree oven for about 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes are up, the paella is completely done. All the liquid's been absorbed, the rice is thoroughly cooked, and the vegetables are tender. I also like to crisp the bottom of the paella on my stove top for a couple of minutes on medium heat, and then garnish with fresh herbs if you like.
This looks so good. It smells wonderful coming out of the oven with all the aromas of fall. The vegan sausage is so savory smelling, and the sage and the butternut squash. I can't wait to taste it. Let's have a little bite. It's so delicious. It's so savory. It has a slight kick from both the spice and from the sausage. This is wonderful. I think anybody would enjoy this dish, even the most committed meat eater. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day, and remember, eat more plants.